Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be listening to me from around the globe. My name is Charles Mwewa. I am an author of over 150 books now and counting. And particularly, I wrote a book which the title of it probably suggests that it's an adult content book. Sex. But it is actually more than just an adult content book. It is a book we need in our generation because of the subtitle, The Golden Rule of Sex. That's the complete title, The Golden Rule of Sex. And I added a little bit of a cliche there, the poetry of lovemaking. Why would you ask me I wrote this book? I wrote it because of the rottenness of our world. I am now a parent, just like most of you listening to me. And neither a day goes by without watching television with very diluted and conflicted aspect of sex. In fact, it's becoming common sense that you won't be in a movie or in cinema or even on general television for more than 2 hours before you are exposed to this nasty aspect of sex. Somehow, in times past, the Hollywood movie industry cogitated wrongly that the sex scene in a movie is the most captivating, and various other new media now all over the world, even in Christian countries, in Muslim countries, they are falling for this fallacy. Now, sex is done perpetually and oftenly across the globe. That is true. So the argument that we shouldn't talk about it because it is actually a known phenomenon is wrong, because sex is one of those things as human beings from time past we have held in very high esteem. We have placed sacredness on sex. It's not just like eating candy in the public. Kissing, all those aspects that lead to sex are important. In some traditions, they're sacred. And I'm not speaking here from a religious angle or a religious point of view. I'm speaking from a practical reality. It is becoming obnoxious to watch a movie and see how the nudity and nakedness of humans, especially women, is being denigrated, even men's. There's a competition out there to show which presentation highlights its nudes well. If you are being candid with me, right there on social media, Facebook, Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok, name them. They are all avenues where sex is being paraded in ways that you'd think it would be impossible in our times. Is that right? Well, the science of morality says what is right and what is wrong is perchance. I agree. However, one thing we must appreciate: sex has its place. And in this book, Sex, The Golden Rule of Sex, I tell you the missing link. And this missing link is the one I want you to understand and to get home. Or if you want to get this book today, to buy it, this is what you need to understand. The golden rule of sex, I state it in this book as: do to or for your partner in sex what you'd like them to do to or for you. Do to or for your partner in sex what you would like them to do to you. Is that what you see being presented in our media today? No. There's always a winner and a loser. That is not how sex is supposed to be defined. Sex is a zero-sum game. There's no winner, there's no loser. That's what it was meant to be. You don't go into sex to feel good and then to leave your partner in a lurch, so that you come out and say, I am a sex guru. that is akin to prostitution, isn't it? In which only one person feels the grooves of the natural inclination and power, and the other lies flat there like a log that is left uncollected even after a very hot day. What am I hinting at? We abuse mostly women in the name of sex. Isn't that so, men? Can we be very frank with ourselves? That we get what we want and we don't give them even the chance to come. Now, over 90% of sexual intercourse that happens in the world, as far as women is concerned, has what is known as faked orgasms. The reason is because women are made in such a way that they want to please men. So the biggest trouble in this discourse is men. Men per capita are the majority who wants to get the benefit of the sex feeling and leave the women folk in a lurch. I speak for women. I believe that they deserve the best. I believe that they deserve. Now, there are two types of people all over, and I discuss them in this book. Now, the graphic for this book is designed for the ages 18 plus. Women are of two types, the charcoal burners and the electrical stoves. There are certain women who pull up and pick up their sexual drive and reach ability slowly, but once they are there, they are a tsunami, they are a volcano. Then there are women that with just a single touch, they have reached the heavens and they are ululating, and in summation, they are there. You, my friend, the man, you are going to have to marry one of these, and your primary purpose to understand her. Don't be in a rush. Do you know that some married couples confess that they just got to know their sexual partner, their wife or husband, after 30 years of marriage? Do you know what they were doing all these years? You'll be the judge. You are feeling good, isn't it? But now they are feeling guilt because they were just using the other as a body and not a soul or a spirit. Then that's the second point. Sex transcends the body. When you fix your God-given weapons into another, or another fixes themselves into you, or whatever the case, it doesn't mean that you have arrived. Even if you may ejaculate or the woman may reach orgasm, it doesn't end there. Sex doesn't end there. There is a catapulted atmosphere in all humans called the soul. That is part of sex. And the spirit. Because by nature, sex unites two human visions. And when you do it to please yourself, you hate that human creative potential to get out of sex a oneness that is necessary. So in this book, again, the graphic is meant for ages 18 and above. I tell you that sex must be taken with the principle of golden rule of sex. Don't be in a hurry to feel good when your friend is not ready. That's what I'm saying. Now, I give the scientific justification for that. I give the social justification for that, and the moral and the human justification for that. Because sex, the human sexual anatomy, consists not only of senses. It's not just sensual. That's what has been emphasized at the expense of the neural aspect as well as the motor aspect. So it's three things. It's neurosensory motor pleasure, which takes place in a physical body. So the body is the last thing to actualize the benefit of that union of those three aspects of human creation. Now you can imagine why it is wrong to simply go to get the physical good or pleasure without satisfying the neuromotor and sensory aspect of this exercise. In this book, I train you how you can respect your partner's body and how they can respect. And as you do that together, you achieve this blissful experience that you never forget in your life. Now, people emphasize that you never forget the person you had sex with. No, that means it was a selfish sexual intercourse. You must not forget the sexual experience itself. Then you know the person gave you the respect you deserve in that exercise. There is no expert with sex. In fact, the more you do it haphazardly, immorally, and let me use that word that you don't want to hear, carelessly, the more you become inexperienced in sex, the more the benefit of sexual intercourse start to elope from you. Literally. You never have a sexual experience you deem divine, because you have diluted and destroys the essence of the exercise. So don't be in a hurry there going about and bragging that I've slept with 200 men or women, 300, even 7, even 5. And you call yourself, you are so experienced. You have just destroyed the essence. Now, there are some movies in which they try to portray that the more sexual partners you have, the better. That is wrong from neurosensory, motor, or physical perspectives. In this book, I teach you why one partner whom you know, respect, and love gives you the experience of your lifetime. You must know them. You must respect them. And then you must make love. Not the other way around. You want to make love first, then you want to try to know them, then you try to respect them after that. That is the nightclub syndrome that they teach you. You do that and you get the equation. Everyone who has done that who is listening to me knows it's false. You may disagree with me, but I will not argue with you beyond this point, because you are the one who is going to suffer, not me. Probably one day you say, had I listened to Charles Moewa and or bought his book, Sex, The Golden Rule of Sex, The Poetry of Lovemaking, I wouldn't be desperate. If you want to learn more about this thing, which you believe you know, but I want to tell you the perspective that will make you appreciate it. Go Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Indigo Chapters, and wherever books are sold, and you experience the real meaning of poetry in lovemaking. Bye for now.